All right, so I wanted to do this video real fast, just to talk about uh, the new look for Jason. Um, we now officially, because it looks like this whole Jason universe thing that Sean S. Cunningham and his crew are doing, it looks like the ball's finally rolling. Like it, we're getting a. It's supposed to be like, from what I understand, this whole Jason universe. It's supposed to be like all connected. Crystal Lake is the starting point. It's almost like a phase one. Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like the taste of that. And it's going to progress into other stuff, including movies. And this Jason, this interpretation of Jason, will be the focal point of that. So it won't be like, well, at least for not for now. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to give my theories on that in a bit. But for right now, it does feel like that Jason is going to be a. I guess you could say like Jason is going to be like a. This interpretation of Jason, I should say, excuse me, this interpretation bleh, of Jason is going to be the Jason we see. It's not going to be like other variants or whatever, other forms of Jason. So let's talk about it. So this Jason, I was talking to my friend, oddly enough, Jason Voorhees 2011. I was talking to him, and it was like, you know what? This looks like a skinnier version of Freddy versus Jason. Jason. How many times am I going to say Jason in this fucking video? Don't do a drinking. Don't do like take a shot every time I say Jason. You will probably go drunk, go blind from the alcohol. Um. Anyway, so yeah, this version of Jason does look like JVF Jason, but skinnier. And skinnier, like almost like Ted White's Jason from Final Chapter, my favorite of the Friday the 13th films. I really do like the simplicity of it, and also like it's still like an imposing figure. He's not like overly muscular. He's not like a hulking. I do like Jason when he's a hulking giant or when he's got a build to him, but I understand that this is probably a Jason that is like still mortal. Like this is still a mortal Jason, and will probably be more akin to something that it'll probably be more akin to a Jason that is like you can still hurt him, like you can still like do damage to him. But I imagine as the films go on, because God knows if it's one thing Jason wants, it's Jason it's a franchise. I think that will probably change. My theory is my theory is that when inevitably Jason gets killed in one of these movies or series or what have you, what will probably happen is that this variant of Jason will come back and probably come back like altered and strange. I do imagine that the Crystal Lake prequel series will talk more about like the mythos of the lake, and also give like why Jason keeps coming back and how he keeps coming back. So and also how it affected Pamela Voorhees. I do imagine that will be the whole spiel of it. The other thing is that I do think that once we get that answer, that's going to explain how Jason keeps coming back, and we can have a different form every time. Now, I will say that I do hope like we get a Jason that's that I do like Undead Jason. That's my favorite, like Undead Jason era. As much as those movies are bad, I do love the Kane Hodder Jason, especially like my favorite one is Part 7, The New Blood. That version of Jason is the one I think of when I think of Jason Voorhees as a character. It is Part 7 Jason. But I do like, but my favorite movie is, again, and we're invoking this kind of like slim but firm build to him, is like Final Chapter Jason. Now the other question is, when are we going to see this version? Like that's the other thing, is like, again, we have Crystal Lake, Linda Cardellini is playing Pamela, and I'm curious to know when. That's kind of the big question right now, is when are you going to actually like showcase this variant? Like, when are you going to showcase this character in your in your movie, or in a movie? Is it going to be a TV show? And yeah, I think it will be probably a movie that will connect to, because again, Cunningham and everyone else, a part of this are basically saying like it's all connected, all the shows, all these movies, all these books. And I'm wondering, like, if you're going to do comics again, did you get the comic rights back from DC Comics? Because technically that's still under them. Even though Wildstorm is gone, I remember having a interview that I lost. I did have an interview with James Tynion once, years ago, shortly after the release of Batman TMNT and the movie that had just come out. I wish I could show you that interview. If I could find it again, I wish I could show you guys. That was years ago. But yeah, in there I talked about, like, what would you love to see crossover? And he's like, oh, Batman versus Freddy and Jason. I was like, hey, don't they still have the rights? He's like, yeah, I tell them all the time. So, yeah. Although, having said that, I would like to see a James Tynion Friday the 13th comic. That would be kind of awesome. Although I feel like he'd want to write Freddy more. But I digress. Getting back on topic, I'm just happy to see Jason stuff again. Like, it's been too long since we've had anything. We've been without Jason. It's been development hell. It's been nearly 20 years since we've had a Friday the 13th movie. And even I was skeptical with everything that was going on with Crystal Lake, and like when the original showrunner left and everything else, and hearing Jack all about it. But to actually see it and seeing it coming together is actually kind of exciting, and it's nice to see Jason get off the bench after so many years. Now, if only we could do that with Freddy, because it seems like Freddy's the only one who's still like on the bench like, hey guys, I'm still here, bitch. Anyway, so I like this design. I'm sure it'll change over the year, over however long this franchise goes, and we'll get like a Jason that like can come back from the like every time he comes back, he's going to look different. I also, and I forgot to mention this earlier, I really do like the addition of because I forgot to mention it, that this design for Jason was made by Greg Nicotero. Most of you guys would know best as like he's a master of special effects and practical effects. He also was the director of several movies in the 90s, and he's also done, like, of course, his work in Walking Dead, and he also had a hand in a lot of special effects and horror. So to have him help make this new Jason, and I do like the part of the I also love this little inclusion of the mask where it has 13 holes on the hockey mask, and I was like, that's kind of a cool trick. That's a neat feature to it. All in all, I am just really pumped to see Jason again, and I can't wait to see this Jason go out there and start killing horny teenagers with a machete, because that's what we all need. I will say that, like, when we get to a movie, I hope we get like Steven Kostanski. I cannot say that last name. Most of you guys would know best as the director of like Psycho Goreman. He also did Leprechaun Returns, the requel that was on Sci-Fi. He also did a recent movie called Frankie Frico, and he did a movie called The Void. He's really great at practical effects and kind of campiness to it. And I think I don't want Jason to be like a deep horror movie. I want Jason to be like actually like he's gonna fucking kill you kind of level scary. That's what I really want with Jason, is just like, here he is, he's gonna come at you, and yeah, you are fucking dead when he gets to you. And I want to have like some fun goofiness, a little fun, because Jason at his core is, I don't like, you can do deep, meaningful things with like Michael and Freddy and a few other slashers. Jason, we just go, and don't lie to yourself, we just go watch Jason for outrageous kills. Am I wrong? Now that could change with obviously Crystal Lake, but yeah, I imagine Crystal Lake's going to be a lot deeper. But like for a Friday the 13th movie, I don't need my Friday the 13th movie to be too deep. All right, I just want, if Jason's back, let's just have him be a fucking mass murderer again. Okay, I just want my bucket of blood and guts. That's all I want. Anyway, So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think? What do you guys think of this new design for Jason? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? What would you have done with a Jason design? And who would you want to see direct this upcoming film or something else of that nature? Whether he shows up, and what I mean by that is like if he shows up in like a movie, not a movie, but like a comic or in his own TV show, Jason his own TV show. Who knows? But yeah, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.